What's happening? Hopefully everyone's well. So I'm just going to run through a few charts. I'm mainly going to go through Bitcoin, ETH, and mainly just some alts, really. I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet. If you can, like, comment, subscribe, share it about, and then, yeah, we're just going to go straight in. So pretty much, we've got another push up on Bitcoin. There's not really much that I can explain at the minute on Bitcoin, but yeah, you've pretty much just got obviously your impulsive wave. There's nothing's really changed at the highs really. It's sort of just corrective. To me, it does look like distribution. I can't, like, I've seen a few. Let me just move this quick. Put that down there. So I have seen obviously a few charts. If you remember back here, let me just get that on log. Computer's been a bit slow. If you remember back here, I've seen a lot of these fractals on Twitter. And if you remember me showing last video, if you haven't watched previous videos, honestly, I really would. I'd go and watch them. Yeah, it might take you a good few hours, but I do think you're going to learn a fair bit, in my opinion, and sort of keep up to date with what we've been talking about and expecting. But in relation to this, I've shown that the low is down here, right? And you've got all these like waves preceding it, and it's I don't know. I just can't imagine. I mean, look, it is. I did mention to you that there's three counts, right? There's literally three counts. What's going to happen? Right? This is either an A, B, C, and you're going to come back down to about 4 grand, right? That's the third likely outcome, but it is still an outcome. The second likely outcome is we do just keep chugging up while alts keep going. This bursts. Do I think alts carry on? Alts might take a bit of a backseat while this absolutely rips and grabs all the liquidity, to be honest. But my main count is I do think we make a 1-2. I do think we come back down here. Um, I do think we come back down here, and then I really do think that the run is gonna, yeah, the real run is gonna go. But I have put the 0.618 in here just for like an ABC. If this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC, and then we do come back down to about, I reckon we bottom probably about probably 4 grand. I reckon. If that is the case, that could happen, and if it does, it's gonna be. To be honest, I just want to explain that actually. If we do come down to 4K, inside of this 5 wave move that's going to proceed, like you come back up, then you're going to go 1, 2. Inside of this, for probably like nearly a year, from January to June, well, 6 to 7, 8 months or whatever, also going to be going absolutely fucking ballistic anyway. I don't think it's going to happen, but yeah. And then you'll do something like this, and then like that, go sideways like that, probably for the next 3 years, 4 years maybe. But I don't think that's going to happen. So, um, but yeah, I do think the most likely outcome is we do pull back, in my opinion. We could obviously rip through, but I do think we pull back. And there's a few charts. There are a few charts that are showing that this could have. See, it's quite interesting. So I am going to show in this video mainly not really what I think is going to happen in this one, like I do normally. A little bit of that, but mainly show that there are a lot of charts that are showing signs of strength, but then also showing signs of weakness. And I think once this does pull back, I do think alts are going to bleed. And once this goes, this is probably a last shot of getting in on Bitcoin, the third of the third, like I've showed in my opinion, like this third of a third. And then after this, since this has been going sideways and creeping up, like this is going to be doing, sideways creeping up, and then sideways creeping up till it's high. Obviously, this isn't drawn to scale, but that's when obviously you want to be in alts, in my opinion. So there are a few charts though, so I'm just going to quickly skim through. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to quickly touch upon Bitcoin. We could in Bitcoin, this could still be. I did mention that alts. This has one more high, but maybe ETH doesn't. I'm just going to get this out now. To be honest, that doesn't need to be in there. But this could literally still be wave A, wave B, wave C, wave D, wave E, and that could be 5 waves out. I personally don't think it is. Doesn't look like a triangle. A, B, C, what was it? A, B, C. 1 second. Yeah, I still can't make a valid count out of it. But yeah, if you remember me showing on a photo and a video, I actually left this here. So highest point on the RSI is in my opinion, for the next few weeks. We're just going to create a huge bearish bullish div, and I literally drew the RSI out as well, like this. Little spikes up, down, little spikes up, and that was at this point here, right at the high of the third, which is normally. So just give you guys a little bit of a tip. Normally the third of a third. If the first wave isn't extended or something like that, then that's where the RSI normally peaks out at. If you go to here on the daily, I just want to show this. If you just go here on the daily, So if you see here, this was actually the highest point of the RSI. It was actually the third of the third inside of the extended first wave. Or I have found that if you get an extended fifth wave, there's not really much of a bearish divergence, or it can be the high of this. But normally it is the third of the third. You normally hear, but the first wave was actually the extended wave inside of this. So, all right, but yeah, so third of the third, highest point of the RSI. Now just look at this. This is just creating new highs. This isn't bullish. Like I've seen people on Twitter say when the RSI is high and we're coming back down, but I'm sorry, but you can't tell me that I don't understand how RSI works. This is not bullish. Like, okay, if this does carry on going up, we could just rip to the upside. Correct. Anything can happen. You don't just want to look at an RSI. This is going down, this is going up. Right, this has to do this or this has to do that. Doesn't have to do anything, but you work on possibilities and probabilities. And in my opinion, like you've peaked the third of a third. This has given me more indication, even highlighting it previous on a post, that this is the highest point on the RSI. And since then, we've not even had a new high. You've literally made a new high here, lower. In fact, if we go on the 4 hour, there's literally not one, again, sort of peak. And this is what we put the photo on. Third of the third, the highest point of the RSI. Lower, that's higher than that, but it's still lower. This is lower. And it's literally just lower. This is now created. So this is the only part that I could say is bullish on the 4 hour, that this literally could just keep turning to the upside. But I just think that we retrace. I really, really do. I just can't imagine us keep absolutely tearing to the upside personally. But yeah, this to me is just rolling. Even if you go to the awesome, and even if you go, these are the main ones that I look at. I have all these and the stuff, but the money flow, awesome. When you get in a bearish divergence on the awesome oscillator like this, like literally the height, like the third of the third, you drop in here again, you drop in here again, money flow, falling, falling, falling. I just don't know. I'm personally, I am bearish in my opinion. And I want to show a few reasons why. So, God, how the fuck are we 7 minutes in? I'm literally going to keep this no more than 15 minutes. This time, I'm not taking the piss either. But no more than 15 minutes. Is this your whole wave one, and is this already your wave two, and is this going to bolt to the upside? That will happen if Bitcoin keeps tearing to the upside. Then I am expecting this to rip. But personally, I don't think this is done correcting yet. Doesn't look like a wave two, especially when you've got wave one, wave two, wave one, wave two of that big of a magnitude. I still think wherever this goes, if that's the high and we're going to create like an A, B, and like a C or something like that to like January, like I say, I do think we're in for like pretty much a 2 month correction. We're pretty much in it now, really. Until like maybe January, Feb, I do think we're going to get some sort of flat. You've had a deep, this could just be an A, a B, and a C, and then you've had A, B, C, X, and then an A, then a B, then an A, then a B, then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then a C. All right, so yeah, double zigzag. So I do think we're probably going to get some sort of flat for this one too, because these have both been deep. All right. But yeah, so that's obviously Ethereum and that's Bitcoin. I don't think this runs to the upside. I really, really don't. I think we need to sweep some more liquidity first, and I think a flat would really scare people out of the market. I'm just going to show a couple of these that are like Solana, for example, right? So I do think once this is triangled, I think again, this is probably where 2 goes now. All right, this is probably not an ABC. It's probably not a running flat, to be honest. It's probably not. That's probably 1, 2. And then you've got 1, 2, and then this is your third wave. And I think after this triangle, I think you're gonna have one more push up, and then again, I think this is just gonna correct for fucking ages. Then you've only got one more push up, and then again you're gonna correct again, and then you've got one more push up, like, and that'll obviously create 5 waves. So again, with Solana, on the short term, it looks like you're going to push up. Ethereum, it looks like you're going to push up, then you're going to correct for 2 months. I think it happens with a lot of charts as well. AVAX. If you remember as well, I did actually show on the, let me quickly go to it. I think it was on, what date was it? The 2nd of November. So on the 2nd of November, we was mentioned there, just want to let you know the alt season is still on. That's on the 10th. And if you go down to the 2nd of November, I did actually mention, I don't even think I can put it in on my charts. It weren't letting me last time. Let me see if it will. Oh, it will. So this is the 2nd of November. So this is the part where Bitcoin and ETH both get stuck on a pivot and basically do nothing and range sideways while alts go nuts. And if you go on the 2nd of if you go on the 2nd here, oh shit. literally Bitcoin. Oh my God, literally Bitcoin has done absolutely jack shit. It's literally been stuck on a pivot. It's done absolutely fuck all. It's literally gone up by 10%. Ethereum is pretty much the same. Apart from what you need to understand is with Ethereum is this is obviously pumped, but you also need to understand this is going to pump a little bit because obviously Ethereum sort of leads the alts, and this is why I've obviously just done a post then, and I've pretty much just said that I can't stress enough about how good pretty much all the charts are looking. We're going to enjoy 12 months of a melt up. It's going to be even better for alts. So what's been happening there is the reason why I've been saying Bitcoin's stuck on a pivot is because if you remember me showing before that this 5 wave move, this like I know it's like literally like 13 waves. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So if it's a 5 wave move, it's a 9 wave move, and it's a 13 wave move. I hope you understand that. If you don't, I'm just going to quickly show you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 wave impulse. But what you can have inside of it is then an extended 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it creates a 9 wave move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or you've got a 13 wave move. Let me just show like this, for example. A series of 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. This is coming to its top. I think Ethereum's going to have to come back down because I think this is because if it looks bearish. I think Solana's topping out and it's going to create a triangle and not obviously drop as much because it's more of a major. And I think it's going to sit up there quite high because obviously it's been quite bullish. So I don't think we're going to come down as much. I've been mentioning that obviously on the second, we've been mentioning here that this is obviously going to get stuck on a pivot and so is Bitcoin because again, this 5 wave move is going to precede this whole 5 wave move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up here is where you're going to get your major alt season. And the reason why is because of obviously this as well, or what I showed with this is obviously got a lot left in its tank because of obviously the massive base. Bitcoin doesn't have a huge 1-2 like this. Literally, Bitcoin just has a 1-2, and then it's going to have a 1-2. Look at this. Look at the base of that. And if Ethereum's got a lot, the waves are a lot thicker compared to Bitcoin. It's got a lot more time. I think this is running well into the middle of 25. What do you think alts are going to do? You've already seen what alts have been doing since Bitcoin's been stuck on a pivot. Imagine Bitcoin, right? Imagine Bitcoin right at these highs where we are now. We're literally in. So this is where I told everyone that it was the highest point on the RSI, and we was just going to go sideways, and alts were pretty much going to go nuts, which was literally like a few days after. And that's where I think you should get out of Bitcoin personally if you are in it. If you want to stay in it till then, that's perfectly fine. You do that, but I would not be in it with a barge pole. But yeah, imagine Bitcoin up here when this is going sideways for a massive wave 4 triangle. What do you think alts and Ethereum are going to do? When Ethereum's got a lot more gas and a lot more room left, it's just going to go absolutely nuts. And even when this pumps into its 5th wave, it's like it's going to be absolutely mental. But yeah, just sort of going back there. So yeah, just show a few charts there in terms of the pivot. So like this, for example, was down here. This is absolutely teared to it, literally just erupted. AVAX, absolute great one as well. Obviously down here, this has created a 100% move. I also think that AVAX is. I do think that AVAX is going to probably create a triangle. All right, so I know I've got all of these color coordinated. I'll explain another time in another alt vid. I know I normally do altcoin sort of catch up midweek, but I just want to. This is mainly a video to explain what I am expecting over the next like couple of months, and I am expecting a little bit of a pullback. We could just rip up to the upside. Am I going to say I got it right if we rip to the upside? No, I'm just going to say, look, it was the second alt count out the 3. Obviously on Bitcoin showing that the third likely was we come down to 6k. The second likely was we just rip up, but I think the most likely is we've got that 1-2. We're going to come back down, maybe retest this, and then it's even obviously the third of the third. I was just showing that's Bitcoin. But yeah, you've got your wave 1, wave 2. I do think that is a 1-2. Then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Yeah, that comes up to a 4.236 on arithmetic scale as well. ABC or ABC X ABC for wave A. This could again. This all could just be a flat. It could be a flat, or it could be, let's say, like a triangle. While Ethereum, what's probably going to be happening is everything's going to be bleeding. I'm going to sneeze. 1 second. Oof, wow. But yeah, definitely had COVID over the last week. I went to that festival. Oh, give me 2 seconds. Woo! Jesus Christ. So yeah, I went to that festival. Yeah, crazy fucking festival. Obviously, a bit of a come down, I'm not going to lie. And then yeah, I've because I don't really do that shit that much anymore. It's just took my head off. I'm not gonna lie. See, I've just been sick, and I think I've ended up catching some or catching COVID or something. I never had a test, but yeah. Anyway, back to the charts. You don't give a fuck about COVID. So I think what's probably going to happen, the same with this. This is probably going to range for a triangle for its wave four. Obviously, Solana is a lot more ahead in its cycle, but that's fine. Solana's just going to top out before any of the others, like obviously last time. I think it was last time anyway. But this is probably just going to come up, maybe do something like this. That's a bit of a shit triangle. Come back up, and then what's going to happen is, let's say all this comes down, while Ethereum comes down and Bitcoin comes down, right? What's probably going to happen while all these alts come down? Bitcoin's going to come down. I think Bitcoin's going to start again ranging, start going when it's doing this, start going to new highs on Bitcoin. Then when Bitcoin maybe stalls out for its 1-2, 1-2, and then when it comes up to its, let me just, do you know what? I'm just going to quickly show this 1-2. Let's pretend this is Bitcoin. Highest point on the RSI, third of the third. That's the third wave. That's the fourth wave. That's the fifth wave. That's the first wave. We're here now in Bitcoin. We're entering the top there, right? What's going to happen is we come back down, probably still push up. When this comes down, Bitcoin probably pushes down as well, right? Bitcoin's probably going to absolutely burst into its third of a third. All this stuff at that time is probably just going to take a retrace. This is probably going to go sideways. All alts are probably still going to bleed into Bitcoin. And then what's going to happen is once we top, these are going to start. These are literally, they're obviously going to have bottomed out about here. And whilst this leg is getting underway, these are going to start like chugging along. And that's what was happening here. And that's when I mentioned here about um, on the 2nd of November, wherever it is here, you're going to, yeah, obviously you're going to take a slow grind up up here. Then when this is starting to go sideways, this is when they're just going to absolutely pop. And all these have literally just made a 1-2, and then they're just going to absolutely erupt to the upside. That's what I personally think is going to happen. I really, really do. Again, I'm going to have to assess it at the time, but that to me looks like the most logical outcome. And I feel like that is a very understanding view of the market personally. And since you lot are, you lot are going to be like, Jesus Christ, you're sort of swapping your bias here. But when I have seen a lot of the time when you get a deep wave four, you do absolutely fling out of here, and that's what you got. So you got a deep wave four, then you got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It happens a lot. Did that happen with Bitcoin? There is a chance. There is a chance. I do take my word back a bit that you got a very deep wave four and it's very quick in time of wave two. I have seen it a lot. And I had a mentor that used to always say it to me, but I never really took it on board. It's on my Elliott wave rules in my in one of my PDFs that I've got. But when you get a sharp wave four, it's less in time of wave two, and you come firing out. Yeah, you didn't come out firing out as much here because obviously you need a lot of liquidity. I personally do think it's an expanded flat A B C A B C A B 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but this 0.618 is just in there because I will be taking shorts here and I will be taking profit here, and then I will just be assessing to see if we come back up in three waves to then short this market. But I do personally think that it's going to rip to the upside because of how Ethereum looks and the alts look. I don't think that we are going to go down to 6K, but I just wanted to highlight that. So I'm just going to keep this going for the next 2-3 minutes, and then yeah. But yeah, if you can give me some feedback, I'd much appreciate like even just messaging me, or sorry I'm a little bit ill, or just putting on replying, maybe just commenting and just saying like what's good, what's shit. I'm trying to make them a little more precise, and I literally just made sure that I consciously just jumped into the video today because normally I can just take the piss of them a little bit. But yeah, sorry I sound different as well because I'm still a bit fucked, a bit ill, but yeah. AVAX I think's come up and then obviously does that what I've just mentioned. Link's the same. I think Link is the same. You've got a wave one, wave two, wave that I think that truncated because of this is obviously a lot of leverage. 1, 2 triangle A B C D E, 4 wave 5, and I think this is going to create a flat or a triangle A B C A B C A B C D E, again shit triangle, and then you come back up. and that's probably like that. And then again, Link, same thing. I think you're going to come down and then retrace like this. This has probably got a lot more in it, to be honest. I don't expect it to be huge, these wave twos, because I have seen in crypto, in actual bull markets and impulses, you can just get twos like that and then absolutely erupt to the upside. But I do still think we are in for a couple of months, guys, of yeah, sort of going down. But honestly, it's not the end of the world. Like, it's giving you times that are working, that want to accumulate more. But I just want to explain a few bits. So there are some charts that I think are just going to keep erupting. Now, is this a precursor of what I mentioned on the alt count? If this does just do this and rip to the upside, is it a precursor for some of the charts? It could be. I can't fully tell you yet. All right, but there are a few charts. I can't. Some of them are in blue. Pretty much, I'm just going to tell you now. Red means nothing. I hardly ever check it. I check it literally every few days. Blue is, yeah, a little bit warm. Can see something, but pretty much need more PA. Orange is, it's still waiting, but it's, yeah, better than blue. And then so blue and red I hardly ever check. I check every few days, to be honest. And then orange I check twice a day. Check it every morning, check it every night, same time, same place, same day, same everything. And then purple, green is I'm in a trade. I'm literally only in a phantom at the moment. I'm in both of these charts, the trade markers, and then this. So we entered the market down here, and then also entered the market trade markers 2, and then we entered the market on this bust up here, and I will be. Oh no, I'm not. Am I entering again? I can't remember. I need to look at my trade plan. I can't fully remember. I don't know if I'm entering on a break of this with a stop down here, but because I think this might be a flat. So I think I'm just going to wait for a flat and then wait for an add on there, and then that's going to be the third time. But yeah, so those are my trade markers. But yeah, anyway, Jesus Christ, 3 minutes. That's it, 3 minutes. So is this going to be a precursor of what's going to happen here, right? Is it just going to keep erupting? I personally do think this is an A, a B, and a C, and then a 1-2. Honestly, I don't think you're going to sweep this low. I think if anything, you might come back down and then just keep erupting to the upside. No, I've literally just clicked on something. Fuck. I fucked up there. I do think that I think this is a flat, and I think this is literally just going to erupt to the upside. I really, really do. I can't imagine this has got much gas left, to be honest. Honestly, I mean, sorry, I think this gas has got a lot to give. I think we've literally hardly even moved while everything else has been going parabolic. So whilst Bitcoin and ETH is ranging, is this going to absolutely tear to the upside, or is Bitcoin going to erupt with Ethereum, and it's already all good to go? It's quite interesting. When I said I want to get the video out before everything erupts, what I meant by that is I think a lot of the alts do have obviously that last eruption, that last push to the upside. CVX is a little bit different as well. Could this be this again? Could be, let's say, like a 1-2. Could this be a 1-2? Could that be a 3? And could it all erupt? Personally, don't think it is. I think this is just going to create a 4, maybe like a triangle, like this, and then one more push to the upside, and then obviously back down. Has most of this, like these are normally follow each other, CRV and CVX. Is this mainly just going to range while CVX absolutely rips to the upside because this has had more of a pump? Again, I can't really tell just quite yet, but it's quite interesting on a lot of them, because a lot of them, like this for example, this could easily just be the way Aave is looking. This could easily just be like a 1-2, a 1, and then a 2. I personally think, sorry, this is a 1-2, 1-2, and I do think we're going to probably come back down here to like January again at Aave, another one that I think is giving me the precursor of a 1-2. So this is a big 1, then that's a 2, then you've got a 1-2, then you've got a 1-2, monstrous third. Aave looks like a great chart in my opinion. Monstrous third, wave 4, wave 5. I think that literally you don't understand how, like, I'm going to say, I don't want to be arrogant. I do rate myself as a good analyst. You've got to be sort of confident in your ability, and I do get a lot more right than I do wrong. Can I be wrong? Correct. Do I think I'm wrong? I really, really don't. Like, you don't understand how confident I am in everything going absolutely nuts. It looks fucking ridiculous. Seriously, it really, really does. But I do think we're not really ready to go just quite yet. But again, there are other counts that again with this is another one. I think you've got wave 1, wave 2. Do you know, I'll just show you my counts because it might give you guys a little bit of a how we look for things. So wave 1, A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's a flat, so I'm expecting a sharp wave 4. I think this wave 4 as well came to a 0.50. Did it come to a 0.50? I think it did. Yeah, 0.50 on log or not on log. That's what you want to see. And then you've come out erupting. Probably an ending diagonal, to be honest. 1, 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. Looks like an ending diagonal. But yeah, so wave 1, wave 2, then wave 1, A, B, C, then wave 3, then wave 4. You got a sharp wave 4 because you got a sideways wave 2. Yes, that looks sharp, but it's not a flat sideways. And then you've erupted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you've got an A, a B. That looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 running flat. So an A, B, C, wave C. You can even draw your parallel channel on there as well, like that. And then yeah, you've come pretty much, what the fuck, you've come down to it, and obviously you're going up. But again, I didn't want to show too many alts, but I do think again this is creating a huge 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 leading diagonal, wave 2, wave 1, come back down till about January, and we're off to go. I think the same with Phantom on a large scale. I'm just going to go to the 4-hour. The 2nd of November on here was actually really nice as well. I did, yeah, the 2nd of November here, and we've had an absolute eruption because of obviously Bitcoin sort of stalling out. This comes to the 2.0 multiple when you're on when you're not on log. But this chart just looks fucking beautiful in my opinion. So you've got wave 1. I'm just going to put it on log actually. So you've got wave 1. You've got an A, B, C, then you've got wave 1, A, B, C, expanded flat, wave 3, sharp wave 4, and what did I show before? Sharp wave 4, wave 5 normally comes firing out. All right, and you've got wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. That is actually in there. It's not just an ABC. All right, and then you've got a sharp wave 4 again, ABC. You've literally, if you put this, take it off of log. I would be using arithmetic scale as opposed to log on more than log, but you can sort of use both. But A, B, and you draw a parallel channel, A, B, C. This is on the 4-hour. A, B, C, you come back down here, and then even on for the distance of wave 3, you did actually come and tap the 0.702 as well, so give me more confidence. I'm actually, and then now we've bust out, so it gives me more confidence as well. You've come back to the midpoint of the channel, looks good in 5 waves, ABC running flat, and you've actually bust out of the back end of the corrective channel. So that to me is giving me more confidence and confluence. I am a trader. Do you know what? I'll just quickly say this. If you've stuck around, you know what? You're going to get an absolute fucking golden nugget here. This might be one of my best lines I've ever said. So if you've stuck around, you've stuck around for something good. So I'm just gonna. Let me just turn my whiteboard around. Correct, I've got a massive whiteboard. So pretty much, it's just my psychology. I'm just going to read it out just how it says, my notes, my psychology. So pretty much I like to add to trades because, where is it? So this is pretty much my trader's edge. I could have just told you, but I don't know why I needed to read it off the fucking whiteboard. But yeah, my trader's edge, I would probably say you like, I'd probably say being a good analyst is one, yes, but not really. I'd say my trader's edge is being a good analyst. Yeah, it's more about psychology, to be honest. Obviously, getting good with trading, but and just being level-headed. But my trader's edge is definitely Elliott wave analysis. There's no better analysis out there. I will be making a course as well. I will actually be making a Discord to obviously put my trades in there and obviously give you some updates on like little bits of videos. And I'm going off topic here, but yeah, if you want to stick around and listen, you can. If not, fuck off. Yeah, I'll just keep it 2 minutes long. But yeah, I'm going to make a Discord in January, February time. I do go away for my birthday for weeks in February, so I probably won't be doing obviously anything in relation to the charts, and it's probably not a good time to start the Discord. So I will probably doing it in January. But my trader's edge is definitely Elliott wave analysis. There is no better analysis out there in my opinion, and I will be putting some educational stuff in there. I will be making a course as well in a few years time. Probably charge it's probably going to be more than what you want to spend, probably $200 a month, but it's going to be, in my opinion, probably the best Elliott wave course out there. It's going to be ridiculous. There's a lot of stuff. I've already got a few videos for it, and I'm slowly just sort of building up with it, but that's going to be fucking great. And I know if you're probably watching this now, you're probably like, Jesus Christ, 2 years, like I want to have made it by then. But maybe just invest until then if you can't really find anywhere to sort of learn, or you're struggling learning trading, and then you never know, in a few years time I think it's definitely worth doing. Even if you know what you're doing, I think it's going to be for everybody. But yeah, my trader's edge, pretty much when I'm right, I pretty much when I'm right I win big. All right, but if I'm wrong I lose small / break even. that's probably what my trader's edge is. Like when I'm right, I win a lot, but like a fair bit. Like this for example, right? So let me go on my trade markers here. My trade markers here, right? I entered the market here. I like to wait for a little bounce first. I like to wait for a little bounce just to see that. Do you know what I mean? It's a one-to-one measured move. This chart was so, in my opinion, such a good trade. One-to-one measured move there to there. Look at that. You got a perfect bounce and a great reaction off of it. One to one, A, B, C. You've got 7 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sharp wave 4 looks like we're going to impulse out, and it's giving me everything that I want in relation to C. So, what was I explaining? I've just gone on a fucking tangent. Oh yeah, when I win big, I win big. When I lose small, when I lose, I only lose small. Um, what I mean by that is no, I don't lose small. Like you can, no, I do lose small. But yeah, like here, so I long the market here, for example, right? So we took a long here, all right, and then we also took a long in this candle here, right? So those are my 2 longs. So that's where I long the market. I long the market here, and we long the market here. Now, my break-even point, I've got it set now. In fact, I've got it 3030 or 3020, something like that. I'll make, I don't want to tell you what I'll break even. I don't want to tell you what I'll make because I don't like showing my size, but it's, let's just say, for example, my break-even point's here. And let's say, just for example, like I've got it just above, and let's say I'm going to profit, let's just say $1,000. So right now, let's just say hypothetically, it's a little bit more than that, but let's just say hypothetically that I'm going to break even now because I've added here with a stop here, right? Could I have lost this trade? Yes, but I'd only lose 1% of my capital, right? What did I do here? I longed another 1%, or I did 1.5% here, 1%. Yeah, that was it. 1.5% here, and then I've longed 1% here. I go here, let's say hypothetically speaking, I'm going to lose $1,000, right? If we come back up here, which I think we probably are, and come back down sharp for a flat, I'm going to add a long position here, wait for this to break, and I'm going to put my stop loss down here. I'll probably have a little bit higher, to be honest, but probably just above here. Again, I will now be probably break even, if not the same scenario as this. I won't have actually made any money up until this point because I like to add to my trade. I like to add to my trade and I like to add to my trade. But I add to my trade because I'm confident in what I'm seeing and I'm confident in obviously the flow of the market and how what everything's presenting me. So that's what I mean by when I win big because I've added to my position 3 times and they're all like 4 to 1, 5 to 1. That one down here up here is actually 9 to 1 and we probably will go up there nearly 10 to 1. So when I win, like if I win on this trade's it's going to be an absolute monstrous trade, and I'm going to win a lot. Whereas if I would have been in here and I'd have got stopped out, that's fine. I'm wrong. I'm out the market. Get the fuck out the market and just wait for the next opportunity. So that's what I mean. I would say that's my edge. My 2 edges are definitely. I'm not trying to be up my own arse saying about my edges. I'm just trying to give you a bit of education, just to give you my edge really about what I. About sort of my trader's edge, etc. It's definitely Elliott wave analysis. It's fucking insane. It's the best analysis out there. And then definitely when I trade, because I'm an adder, that's just my psychology. I like doing it. I just love adding to positions, and I get fucking very pissed off and frustrated when it does go in my way and I don't add to my position. I just don't like it because I feel like I am quite confident in my ability, and when I'm right, not that I know I'm right, but I'm like, right, I'm fucking right. Yeah, I know I'm right. That happens all the time and I'm wrong, by the way. But when I'm right big, and when I'm wrong, I'm only wrong small. So that's sort of my trader's edge, I suppose. So this is, in my opinion, going to be a great trade. Could it turn now? It could. But again, hypothetically, let's say I get stopped out. It's a fair bit more than $1,000, but let's say I get stopped out maybe at break even or just above, which is just $1,000. So yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much everything anyway. I just thought I'd show that. But yeah, can we obviously roll on Bitcoin? Yes, we can. Can we go to 6K? We can. I don't think we're going to. Do I think that we're going to keep ripping to the upside? We can. But again, I've just shown you what on Link. I showed you there what I think is going to happen. I think Bitcoin, when it does obviously go up here, this goes sideways. Obviously, the highest point of the RSI, third of the third. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. I think that obviously when this goes sideways, this obviously pumps up. I think that this is going to range, come back down. Bitcoin pumps up, we do this. Bitcoin goes sideways here. I think this comes down, and then when we erupt, I think all this takes its slow time up into its third of a third, and then when again we're going sideways, it's just gonna, yeah, absolutely erupt to the upside. I can't believe I say quick. Why the fuck do I say they're going to be quick? 35 fucking minutes. If you can, like, comment, subscribe, share it about. And then, yeah, that's it. Peace. I'll be coming back on Wednesday, definitely Wednesday. I'm busy Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Very busy. Got a lot of stuff I need to do. So, but yeah, if you can, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe. I've already said it 3 times. I won't beg. But yeah, peace.